Okay everybody, in today's video we're going to be looking at the Japanese contract Kar98k, and this is a fairly obscure rifle that there's not a whole lot, to find online about, and I don't believe there's really any good reading material on these. These were rifles made in 1938 and 1939 by the Germans for the Japanese, and they were made by the Mauser factory. And the way to identify these rifles is they'll be between the U and the Y block of serial numbers, and this one's 1938. It'll be the 42 date code for the Mauser factory. It'll have a Mauser logo on the left side of the buttstock, and pretty much other than that, they'll be standard K98s. They'll have, some of them you can find will have a I don't know if that's supposed to be a Z or an N marking right there, and then a little proof mark with a line through a circle on them. And there would be about 30,000 of these actually sent over to Japan. There were supposed to be 40,000, but the last 10,000 didn't get shipped. And there were 20,000 in 1938 and 10,000 in 1939, so those are the less common ones. This one's 1938, so it's one of the more common ones. And these will have all the quality and fit and finish of an early war K98. And this one is unfortunately a non-matching one, but it's one that came out of China and was imported from there. And I'd say it's probably the nicest rifle I've ever seen, at least a Mauser rifle that's been imported from China. And the bolt on this one is out of a Chinese contract K98. You can tell that by the fact it's not got Waffen amps, and it's got a C prefix behind the serial number. And these rifles would, a lot of them would end up in China or Korea, in just various places. But some of them you can find actually got brought back by USGIs during World War II, and those will usually, be matching number guns and be duffel cut. So that's one way to spot those. These are, like I said, very uncommon, very obscure rifles, and you could very well own one and just not know it and assume it's a pre-war K98 brought back from Germany or somewhere else, or imported from China, and not think it's anything special. But these are out there, and yeah, they're just a really cool example of a Mauser export gun that's not a lot about's known. And they take the standard K98 bayonet, 8mm Mauser, and yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about it, so let's get into shooting it some. Alright, we're going to load up 5 rounds down at 100 yards of PPU 196 grain soft points. That's all 5 of them. Alright, here's our group, and it's a fairly wide group. I'll have to do another one and see if that was just me or, you know, if the rifle's kind of worn out at the muzzle. But 2 on the plate, 1 low, and then 2 right. Not the worst group in the world, but not the best. Alright, we're going to do another 5 rounds. Not going to wear my glasses for this group just to see if I can see a little bit better to try to get a group all in one spot. The sights on the Kar98 are probably its biggest shortcoming. Oh, well, that was a dud. Throw that off, and shouldn't have ejected that one so quickly, but I thought I just didn't pick one up. I guess that kind of shows the reliability of PPU ammo. Alright, here's our next group, and it's a lot better. We got 1, 2, 3, and then 4 just under the plate. I think we're going to do the next group with some hand loads, just because I don't think PPU is the highest quality. Alright, we're going to do another group down at 100 yards. Put our glasses back on because the light's gotten a little bit better. But we're going to be using our hand loads of 175 grain hollow points. And that last group with PPU, that's not the first time we've gotten a dud round with PPU 8mm, so there may have just been a bad batch of that got sent out or something like that. I'm not aware if there's any recalls of it, but something to be aware of with any commercial ammo, that always could be issues. Alright, that's all 5 of them. Well, this is our next group, and I think maybe just the muzzle on this gun's worn out or doesn't like 175 grain at all, but that's super wide group. When we shot this stuff before, you know, these are hand loads, and it put out a group about that big, so I think this gun just either muzzle's worn out on it or it doesn't like 175 grain, but that's the group from it. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. We had a lot of fun with the Japanese contract K98. It's a shame that this thing wasn't shooting very well. You know, we'll have to try to figure out what that's from, if we just got a bad batch of PPU ammo, if this thing just doesn't like 175 grain, because it seemed to perform halfway okay with the PPU ammo, but yeah, just a wild group with our reloads. And yeah, let us know if you want to see any more out of this one or any of our other Mauser rifles, and we'll catch you in the next one.